Hi guys, it's Lynn here. I hope you're having an amazing day. Now guys, today this is just a very quick video to let you know how to know when your pollination of your Christmas cactus flowers has been a success. Now, when I say Christmas cactus, I'm talking about the Schlumbergera cacti family, commonly known as the Christmas, Thanksgiving or the holiday cactus, but they do vary in their obviously the flower colorations, and there's a difference between the real Christmas cactus and the Thanksgiving cactus, but I've already done videos on that, so if you want to know what type you have, then do check out a video, links above and down below, on how to tell the difference between a Christmas cactus and a Thanksgiving cactus. But basically they all fall into the same family, Schlumbergera, and when it comes to pollinating the flowers, it's the same method. And I made a video a few days ago of cross-pollinating my beautiful old Schlumbergera truncata here with a recently new purchased edition of a lovely orange flowering Schlumbergera here. And it's been a few days now, and the good news is it has been a success, and I want to show you how I know. And if you can see here, this is one of the flowers that I pollinated, and it is actually starting to swell up at the base there. You can see that it's starting to go darker green, and it's getting fatter and swelling up. And also the flower is sort of drying up, but it's still on the actual plant. And now, normally the flowers, if they're not pollinated, they fall off within a few days. They do sort of dry up. Sadly, Schlumbergera flowers don't last that long. They flower for a few days. And depending on the temperature, if it's warm, they don't last as long than if it's cooler. But usually a few days at the most, and then they sort of just dry up and fall up. Just as that one is going there, that's going to fall off probably in the next day or two. But if it stays on after a few days, and the pollination has been a success, it will pretty much within a few days start to go a deeper colour and also start to swell, as it is here pretty quickly, you can see. And I'm just going to show you the difference between that and a normal one that is just, isn't pollinated. For example, here, I'm just going to show you that one, you can see, has completely dried the flower. And that is just still the same sort of colour at the base. It's very thin, and literally if I just touch that, it's just going to drop off anyway. But when it has been pollinated, it does swell up there. And that's just how you know. And as I say, I cross-pollinated this also with the orange one. I don't know, it's early days to say if that one's fallen off there, so that's not been a success. And I don't think you can see that sort of drying up. That's not going to. The recently new sort of Schlumbergera hybrids, there's many hybrids on the market today, amazing colours. Most of them aren't, I've never really had much success cross-pollinating the newer ones, even pollinating them with their own flowers. I think that's maybe, I don't know how true it is, but a lot of growers say they are sort of self-sterile and they're not easy to propagate as much. I don't know how true that is, so I'm really not sure. But personally, my own experience, I don't have a lot of success. I've successfully pollinated my orange Brazil, similar one to this one, but with the big wider leaf segments, successfully with its own flowers. So that was a new addition that's been a success for me. But say this is a very old Schlumbergera, and possibly 70 years old, even more. And one of the true truncatas, Schlumbergera truncata, in other words, commonly nicknamed the Thanksgiving cactus rather than the Christmas cactus, because of its different leaf segments, are more serrated and claw-like, crab-like than the true Christmas cactus, which has the more smooth, rounded leaves. But as I say, they're pretty similar in the time of year that they flower, except for the Thanksgiving one tends to flower earlier on in the year, and the Christmas cactus sort of flowers sometimes right into January, even February sometimes. But as I say, do check that video out to tell you the difference between the two. But this is just to show you, one, it's been a success. If you've seen the video of my cross-pollination video, you know it's a success. If not, do check that video out. Give you ideas as well to know how to pollinate your Schlumbergera Christmas and Thanksgiving cactus flowers. As you say, you can pollinate them if you've only got the one plant. As long as you've got more than one flower, you can pollinate the flowers. Just go in between each flower on the plant. It's more successful if you can get some pollen from the one flower onto the other stigma of the other flower, rather than just on the same flower. But experiment and have a bit of fun if you've got a Schlumbergera in flower at the moment. But that's what you need to look for. Within a few days, the base will start to swell up, and you can clearly see that's been a success. And then over the next few weeks, that's going to eventually dry back. The dried flower head does stay on actually when it's forming the seed, and it goes into a nice big red berry of a fruit, and it can take many, many months before it's actually ready to harvest for seed. And as I've done this many times before, pollinating my Schlumbergeras, I will put a couple of links up above and also down below in the about description of this video on how to know, how to harvest seeds from the seed pod of your Schlumbergeras, and also how to know when it's ready to harvest. So guys, thanks so much for watching and all your support, and I just want to wish you all a happy holidays. Have an amazing, amazing holiday for this time of year, whatever you celebrate or don't celebrate, and thanks for all your support, guys. So I send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of flower power. And stay tuned, guys, for a end of year update of my indoor cacti and succulent and houseplant collection, and also the polytunnel out there of my cacti and succulent collection. So stay tuned for that coming up in the next few days, guys. And until the next video, bye.